Be blessed by the divine. What are the 6 great sins that the Vedas talk about, and how to remove those sins from our system? Just take a few minutes to think about this. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moga, Mada, Machariya. Those are the 6 great sins that they talk about. What are they? Kama, which is greed. Anger, second one. Third one is possessiveness. Fourth, immoral sexual passion. Fifth, superiority, inferiority complex. And the 6th one, vengeance. So those are the 6 great sins that they talk about. These are the 6 great imprints that we have, behaviors that we have, that must be removed from our system. As you can see, each one of these 6 elements, 6 imprints that we carry, can cause enormous amount of pain for us, physically, mentally, as well as for others, especially those loved ones that we have at home and at work, and the society at large. It's going to hurt all of us. Therefore, these 6 sins must be eradicated from our system. Even a child would agree that each one of these 6 elements can cause pain. How do we remove it? It's easier said than done. Let's understand from where these 6 things came into us. As the primordial state moved and became a vibrating energy state, it gave rise to the Panchapudas, or the 5 elements. And these 5 elements combined together formed all the planetary objects. And one such planetary object is our Earth. In this Earth, it is the same primordial state that has evolved into different living beings and finally into a human being. So what we have is a characterized form evolved over thousands of generations into who you and I are today. So if my name is so and so, it doesn't really mean that I'm born about 50 years ago and I have evolved into what I am today. I have actually evolved. My character, my imprints have evolved over millions of years of characterization. From the first living being that was formed in this planet, to all the way to the first human being, and from the first human being to my parents, and from their characterization, I have evolved into a unique character of my own. And in these characters, there exist these 6 sin imprints. So I have to take the responsibility for it. It is my responsibility within this life birth to understand from where these 6 imprints came into me and what I need to do to remove them. First is to acknowledge that there are these 6 imprints that I am carrying. Half the problem is solved once we admit that there is a problem that we have that needs to be solved. The second step is to go about finding a process of removing those sin imprints. Where are these sin imprints? These are not outside of me. This is not that I am keeping them in my pocket. It is there in my genetic center. So, second step is to acknowledge that these imprints are there deep inside my subconscious mind. So therefore, it is possible for me to remove them. Third step is to exactly find out under what circumstances these imprints are coming and evolving as my behavior in the external world. It's not that I want to take revenge on every other human being that I see in my life. Perhaps that feeling of vengeance comes against one person or 2 persons who have hurt me in the past. I need to sit down and focus my mind on my life force at the Durya chakra and go to the alpha level of frequency and bring out that source of the thought and ask myself, why do I carry this vengeful feeling against that one or two people? What am I going to gain from that vengeance? Once I realize that the vengeance is not going to remove my hurt, it's going to hurt me even more. There is goodness in me, there is goodness in the other human being. Because of certain circumstances, it is possible that that person has ended up hurting me. Unknowingly perhaps knowingly also, but certainly out of an impulse, out of in an unhelpful state, in an uncontrollable state, he had probably hurt me in the past. By hurting him back again, I am not going to be able to remove my hurt, and I am not going to be able to remove his hurt either. So by simply sublimating the thought, how do I sublimate? By superimposing the thought with a forgiveness as a thought. Let me forgive him. Let him also change. Even if he has been a miscreant, let him change his heart and live in peace, prosperity and harmony. By forgiving him, I forgive myself. And I am not going to carry this vengeful thought in me anymore. And then I start strengthening the new thought. And over a period of time, the old thought goes away. Forgiveness as a new thought remains. Likewise, each of the 6 sin imprints we can look at and superimpose them with newer thoughts, positive thoughts, harmless thoughts, and get rid of those old thought pattern, negative thought pattern, hurtful thought pattern from our system. This way, you will be able to succeed far more by simply doing our simplified Kundalini Yoga meditation, keeping your mind at the Durya chakra and going to the alpha level and finding the root cause of these 6 sinful imprints and superimposing them with positive, helpful imprints on top and reforming your life towards a more peaceful life. Remember, my friends, peace is not a destination, it is a path. Be blessed.